large Central Sports special with top soccer action from a key match in the 4th round of the Rumbelows Cup, plus the best of the other night's games. Alan Parry leads the match commentary with expert comment from Jimmy Greaves. Don't miss the Wednesday soccer action in Central Sports special at 10:40. There's snooker this weekend on Central with the Colite World Match Play Championship. Jimmy White begins his title defence Saturday at 2:55.
Hero, the aftershave for men from Fabergé.
I'm going to the bar, Al. Cover me.
Fraud Squad. Tonight's episode, The Bar of Fear.
What can I get you?
Screwdriver.
Anything to drink?
What's that?
Just cider.
This isn't just cider. Fraud Squad, hold it, sister. This is Red Rock. You see, it's less gassy with no strong aftertaste. It's a different kind of cider altogether.
It's less gassy with no strong aftertaste. It's a different kind of cider.
Booker, Al.
Are you available on the 15th?
Red Rock Cider. It's not red, and there's no rocks in it.
We've always made it our job to plan for the future, for lots of little reasons.
Lego Pirates. The fun just keeps building.
Fresh, delicate, and very feminine. New Flow by Laundry.
Come on, Colin, we've all had ours.
Oh, don't worry about me, love. I've packed some sarnies.
Sarnies? Colin? Oh, typical. When I've lovingly prepared a delicious chicken casserole. Well, we can't waste it, can we, George?
You took the words right out of my mouth. So, gluck, 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 it's chicky-chicky time, chicky-chicky time.
George.
Greedy old traditional chicken casserole mix by George's Coleman's.
Well, what do you think, Jeeves?
Sir?
The Arctic Wonder, our new cooler whatnot.
May I inquire what you're proposing to do with it?
It's for the jolly old Croft original.
If I might caution you, sir.
A drop of the chilled Croft is absolute nectar. Everyone at Stiffy Bings do lapped it up. The trouble with you, Jeeves, is that you're too stuck in your ways.
But not quite in the Ice Age, it was just.
Chilled Craft Original. One instinctively knows when something is right.
Central presents John Thor in Stanley and the Women.
We're dealing with a scared, confused, insecure boy who has to be helped to find out who he really is.
I am stuck with her, Stan.
I will not be blamed.
It's not a question of blame.
Why don't you get out?
Nobody's blaming you, darling.
I just want to get things straight.
Life seems to be nothing but trouble for Stanley and the Women, Thursday at 9 on Central. From Two Rooms, Two Voices. The creative duo of Elton John and Bernie Taupin.
If anything was destined, it was for him and I to be together. Because I think some higher power said, let's put these two together and irritate the world.
How they combine to irritate, inspire and conquer in our Thursday night special celebrating the songwriting of Elton John and Bernie Taupin. 2 rooms at 11:40 on Central.
Peter Falk stars tonight on Central as Detective Lou Peckinpah in our film at midnight, The Cheap Detective. As later, now it's time for the news.
Miracles in fraud office over missing pension millions. Robert Maxwell's gambling, it cost him a fortune. Back among friends, hostage Anderson free after 7 years. Gaddafi holds Lockerbie suspects and says no more terror. And the woman in the Kennedy rape trial tells her story. Good evening. The Serious Fraud Office has started an investigation into the management of the pension fund at the late Mr. Robert Maxwell's Mirror Group newspapers. More than 200 million of the 400 million pounds in it is thought to have been diverted into private Maxwell companies. Mirror pensioners want the courts to put in a receiver to protect what's left from Maxwell creditors. One said they'd suspected something was wrong for 2 years, but Mr. Maxwell had threatened them with legal action to scare them off. Mirror Group newspapers said tonight the prospects for all pensioners were good, though the fund would need extra finance. Labour said the government should act to stop employers raiding their companies' pension funds.
Employees of the Mirror and other Maxwell papers left work fearing that years of pension contributions may have gone to waste. Their pension fund was exploited, robbed possibly, to bail out their bosses' private interests.
There was a lot of anger, a bit of black humour, a lot of concern and worry.
As a rough rule of thumb, somebody with 25 years service may have been diddled personally out of between 80 and 100,000 pounds.
A lawyer representing the pensioners arrived in London to begin legal action. He wants a receiver appointed to run the pension fund.
We simply want to put in somebody who will set about taking whatever's necessary to get hold of whatever assets may still be recoverable.
This is a major scandal, and the money will have to be accounted for. Pensioners have paid for their monies, and we expect to see it returned to us. And we shall take all steps to ensure that anybody responsible is fully pursued and held accountable.
The Mirror Pension Fund is run at this London office. Today, no one was prepared to tell us how millions of pounds of pension money could have gone missing.
Can you give any comment about what's happening at the moment with the pension fund?
Not at the moment, no.
I mean, do you know what's happened to the money and why it went missing?
With no idea, no. No idea at all.